Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Ashley Michelle. You may know me from a little show called 90 Day Fiance. I am an aspiring bodybuilder and I have lost over 150 pounds, 140 pounds, 110 pounds, 170 pounds. Girl, we got a video today, honey. This is my docu-series, my makeshift docu-series. I'm pretty sure my camera's a little crooked. Of my surgery journey. I am getting a tummy tuck and breast augmentation surgery very, very soon here. My doctor's information is down below. Dr. Graham Plastic Surgery in Rochester, New York. He's an amazing, amazing plastic surgeon. And if you want any consults or anything like that, you can use my name, get some coin off. Yeah. Let's talk. I'm a personal trainer and online wellness coach. I do all things wellness in the woo-woo, witchy arena, in the physical transformation arena, mental clarity, the whole shebang. So let's talk. This video is gonna kind of be like a hodgepodge of things. We are going to talk about the questions that you guys asked in my question box on social media. If you're not following me on socials, you want to. I'm mostly active on Instagram. Ashley Michelle 90 Day. I put a question box in, two actually, one for GLP-1 questions and another for surgery questions. So we're going to go through and answer those today. I'm going to talk to you about where my weight is, where my head is around my weight. Girl, let's start off by saying my coach is doing God's work. I literally had a full crash out this morning, a full on crash out. I'm waiting for her to respond so we can figure out where we go from here or if we don't change anything. One thing you'll notice about weight loss and being on cuts and the bodybuilding space is you don't change a lot. The body takes a while to even respond. And so our deep desire, our deep urge to fuck shit up, to change things because we're not getting the result that we want. First of all, I acknowledge you in that desire. I see you in that desire because I see myself in that desire right now. You know, hard truth, it doesn't work. A lot of times you have to stick with what is happening for quite some time before you even see any results. So with that being said, my weight is up. My weight is up, about 10 pounds. You feel the frustration? It's been up about 10 pounds. I've been struggling with this now for, I'd probably say, the last 9 or 10 days, which, disclaimer, is not enough time. Okay, I'm doing this video because I told you guys I'd show you everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and this is the ugly. Not even the bad. It's just the ugly right now. I'm being a monster. I know I am. But we're going to talk about it because it's real. You know what I mean? Make sure you subscribe. My weight has been up for probably about 10 days or so, right around the 180s. I can't figure out why. Again, I'm waiting for my coach, and this is why a coach always has a coach. Can you imagine me trying to figure this out on my own while I'm coaching you? I take in-person clients and online clients. Can you imagine the mental chaos in my brain if I were trying to do this on my own while working with you and your body and your goals? No. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm giving it to my coach. I gave it to my coach. I'm like, here, this is how I'm feeling. This is what's happening. Help. And we'll see what she says. So, because right now the math isn't mathing, right? I get, on average, probably 15,000 steps a day, 35 to 45 minutes of cardio, heart rate in zone 2. I lift heavy, hard, often. I'm hitting my macros. What's going on? If you watched the last installment of Staying for World in my FUPA, you would know that we are now on retatrutide. I've been loving it. It took a while to kick in. If you've done any research on it, you'd probably know that. First 2 weeks, I'm like, is this ish even working? Now I'm like, oh my God. Like, the compliance rate is through the roof. Absolutely no food noise. Everything is great. Which is kind of throwing me for an even harder loop because what the hell? You know what I mean? Absolutely annoying. I did my in-body scan. My in-body scan yesterday, I weighed in at 180.5. And my body fat percentage was 24%, which is pretty good, I will say. For a $180 at 24%, that goes to show why I don't look my weight. A lot of people have said, I've seen you guys tell me, thank you, by the way, that I don't look my weight. I look much lighter than 180. That's why. So, friends, when your favorite fitness influencer or your personal trainer or your coach tells you that like muscle weighs more than fat, muscle looks better than fat in jeans, depending on your muscle mass is going to depend how a size jean fits you. Babes, I am a size 4 and a $180. And having 24% body fat is exactly why. So that's a good thing, I guess. I don't know, guys. Let's light some Palo Santo. So we're going to light some Palo Santo, and I'm actually going to read a few cards around this before we get into not clients, oh my God, before we get into questions. Palo Santo is a smoke cleanser. It cleanses and clears a room of like energy, shitty energy we don't want, all that good stuff. And right now, like when I tell you I crashed out this morning, girl, I crashed out. Because, you know, it's like you work so hard. And when your body's fighting you, I have a weird feeling as a coach that my coach is going to pull cardio for a little bit. I think she's going to tell me that my body is stressed and that's why my body isn't moving. Because that's what happens too. Like our bodies, they are the last line of defense, right? It's a mind, body, soul thing. And our bodies react to what is happening in our outside world. And like my husband has not been stressing me out. Fun fact, I've been getting my sleep. I've been regular in the bathroom. For a while I wasn't. I am now. You know, I'm getting my steps in. I'm getting my cardio in. I'm doing everything. And my body is not budging, like it doesn't want to hang on. Also, some things to note too is your body always wants to get back to like homeostasis, right? So when your body's used to being a certain weight, it wants to stay at that weight. You know, it doesn't want to go down. Your body's kind of like, what is going on? We are in uncharted territory. I've never been 180 in my adult life. I've never been 200 in my adult life. Like I was always a big bad girl and we love her. We love that version of me. That version of me got me here, but let's be so for real about it. So in the 170s, I think my body was like, what are we doing? You know? I think my body was like, oh my God, and it started tweaking out. And I think trying to push it below 170, which in an ideal world, I'm 160 on surgery day. In an ideal world. And I just feel like that 160 is getting farther and farther away from me as we get closer and closer to surgery day. And I'm so frustrated. Because it's like, what do you want? Do you want me to calm down on cardio? Are you inflamed? Do I need to get 10 hours of sleep? What do you need, body? Speak to me. And that's exactly what we're going to ask the cards today. Thank you, Spirit. Because I wasn't sure what I wanted to ask the cards coming into filming this with you. And you always want to come to the cards with a question. I do tarot and astrology readings. You can book via the link down below. But I've been wanting to ask the cards a question. I'm like, what do we ask the cards? You know, this is exactly what we ask them. And what's even going to be more interesting, I'm not going to count you guys. We're going to put these back and see if they come back in. What's going to be even more interesting is to see what my coach's feedback is. And editing Ash will probably come in and tell you. She's on a different time zone than me. And it's quite early in the morning. So she probably won't get back to me until later tonight. And I'm planning on editing this tomorrow, having this out for you by Friday night or Saturday night. So I'll probably pop in and let you know what she says. So, let's just ask the cards. My beautiful, beautiful body, what is it that you need from me right now in this moment? What can I do better to move through this weird space that we're in with numbers and scales and body image and in-body scans? What do you need from me right now physically? And maybe a little emotionally and spiritually as well. What can I do to nourish you? Okay. We got the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is our like thievery card. This is like somebody's doing you dirty. This card is about mischievousness, lying, deceit, all of that. The card after that we get is our Three of Cups upside down, overindulging, overenjoying, overdoing it. Oh, hold on, I want you guys to see these cards. Overdoing it in some way. It's the party needs to be done and over. We need to take a break. We need to rest. We're like doing too much. The Hermit comes in upside down as well. We're alone too much. It's time to be out in the world. It's time to be out and experience. It's time to be outside. It's time to go out in the street and do things. The King of Wands comes in upside down. Impulsiveness, frustration. Hopefully you guys can see this. Feeling blocked, having a big dream, energetically blocked, right? Having the vision, having the dream. It's like the King of Wands upside down is like the shadow side of confidence and leadership and ambition, right? It's feeling stunted almost. Sometimes it can even be lack of follow through. And then we have our Eight of Cups coming in. I'm going to get close so you can see her. Eight of Cups comes in right side up. It's about being done with the lesson and moving on. Like the Eight of Cups is feeling fulfilled in a space and being ready to go to the next level. You can see she's walking away from the Eight Cups that are in front of her, and she's not even looking back. She's ready for what's next. God, there's so much like meat here that I want to dissect and talk about. So let's go back to the original question. Body, what do you need from me? Right? That was the initial question. This idea of stop lying. But I guess the question is, what am I lying about? What am I lying to myself about? I think the first thing that comes to me is, am I truly doing everything that I could be doing? Am I? Right? And I see this, I'm reading this book called Winning by Tim Grover. And Tim Grover is the famous coach for Kobe and Michael Jordan and all them. In the chapter that I'm in right now, he actually was just talking about this idea of like Kobe, he'd be like looking at his videos like till 4 a.m., figuring out what he could have done better to get the shot next. I'm doing a lot, yeah. I'm doing my big one, yeah. I'm popping my shit, yes. Like I'm not taking any of that away from me. But could I be doing more? It's an honest question, right? The tarot reads you to filth. You ask a honest question, you get an honest answer. When I sit here and complain and say, I'm doing everything, am I? It's food for thought. The next question is, or the next card that comes in again is the Three of Cups. This idea of like, am I doing everything, but in the same token, we're doing too much? And to kind of break that down even more, it's this idea of where's the rest? Where is the space? Maybe taking more space to rest is in fact doing more, you know? You remember what they say, you don't lose weight in the gym, you lose weight in your sleep. So it's this idea of overindulgence, right? The Three of Cups upside down. My body might feel overtired, like I'm doing too much. The Hermit coming in upside down, I believe this card is talking about just taking a break from thinking about it, from studying on it, just taking a mental break, doing something that I love with my husband maybe this weekend, going for a hike. Maybe we'll go down to Letchworth. You know, just taking a break from it all is probably really good. Because, I mean, guys, I am an online coach. I'm a bodybuilder. I'm an in-person personal trainer. I'm doing programs for people all the time. You know, I create content around this. I have a surgery coming up, a big surgery. This does take up a lot of mental space. It does. So I think there's something to be said for that. The King of Wands comes in upside down, and we talked about the King of Wands upside down, right? This idea of having the ambition but the lack of follow through in some way. Having the ambition but the lack of follow through in some way. It's this idea of being impulsive. And I mean, the drive to cut carbs is impulsive behavior. I want to cut carbs because I know it works. I also know that it works because when you cut carbs, you lose mostly water weight. It's not actual fat. That's impulsive. So let's cut it out. And then the Eight of Cups, which I think is the big one here. The Eight of Cups. I was talking with my coach about this the other day. It's this idea that the habits and the mindset that got you here to this point are not going to be what gets you to the next point. And I'm at the next point, babe. I'm at the next phase. I'm at the next level. And what got me to this, the tools that I use to kill the final boss on the level before this, I need different tools to kill the final boss in this level here. What worked before isn't necessarily going to work now. And that's okay. But we have to figure out what combination of tools we need to put together to work now. Because we aren't even close to done. We are just getting started. That reading helped. That gave me some clarity for sure. I think that reading lets me know a few things to kind of get my head out of it for a second and come back in and recharge a bit with doing other things that I love besides gym. Like, I think a trip to Letchworth is really on the docks this weekend. Just getting outside, touching some grass, doing some grounding exercises. I think that's what needs to happen. And I think the clarity is going to help me a lot. The clarity, along with my coach's guidance and my own knowledge as a coach, is going to help us figure out how to move through this weird dark night of the soul that we're in. I love the tarot. Let's get to your questions. In no particular order, what side effect did you experience and what was your dose? So I'm an alien. Shout out to my star seeds in the room. If you know, you know. I haven't had any side effects on any GLP at all. Don't know why, don't know what that's about, not gonna question it. Some of the side effects I've seen in my line of work are nausea. That's been a big one. Cramping every now and then, but nothing too crazy. Honestly, nausea's been the biggest one. And then of course, not being hungry. My dose on the tirzepatide, aka Mounjaro, I think it was 7.5 milligrams before we moved to retatrutide. What supplements do I take on the daily? So I'm gonna pop some pictures in here on the daily. So I work with 1UP Nutrition. Code ASHM saves you 20% at checkout, plus you get 2 free samples. So I take creatine on the daily for sure. I take pre-workout regularly on the daily, some sort of caffeine. So if it's not pre-workout, it's an energy drink. If it's not an energy drink, it's coffee. I also will do stim-free pre-workout. Stim-free pre-workout is pre-workout that doesn't have caffeine in it. I absolutely love it for nighttime workouts or late classes. Whey protein clear protein. I supplement with protein to hit my protein goals regularly on the daily. Colostrum, I take that. BCAAs, EAAs, branched chain amino acids, essential amino acids, they help with recovery. Greens and reds, I don't take them as often because they're meant to supplement. So are you getting your veggies? Are you getting your fruits? If not, you might want to supplement. They are quite tasty. What am I missing here? I take seed. That is not a part of 1UP Nutrition. It's a prebiotic or probiotic. Helps with gut health. I've been taking seed now for, I think, almost a year. I really, really like it. It keeps you regular. Wish I had a code with them. I don't, but you can try them out. I think seed is great. I'm trying to think of what I have downstairs right now, of the things I take regularly. What's on my countertop right now? I do take collagen. I take collagen because I have it and it's there. Definitely not required. Collagen helps with skin elasticity. There's extra protein in it. I like to add it to my coffee for more flavor if I'm making a protein coffee, which I make a lot of those. So there's that. What else? I take magnesium. Magnesium is really good for sleep. I don't, like, when my magnesium supply runs out, I go over to 1UP ASAP Rocky. Sleep is so important. And if you've been following me for a while, you know I have a long background in serving and bartending. And it really messed with my sleep. It's obviously better now because I haven't done that since pre-Rona. But still, I like to make sure I get as much sleep as possible, and magnesium really helps. Coupled with that, I do magnesium and I do the beauty dream that magnesium has. So I do those two together, and girl, I sleep like a baby. I sleep so good and wake up so rested. I highly recommend. If you want to be better about your sleep, I 10 out of 10 recommend this. Everybody that I've recommended those products to, love them, rave about them. Which GLP are you on? Can you discuss the journey with this? When you started, doses? I don't know what TIA means. Oh, thank you in advance. Haha. Yeah, so I started tirzepatide probably when I hit around 250 as far as weight goes. So my highest weight was 320. And then I pulled off a bunch of weight after my surgery, diet, exercise, steps, the whole shebang. I was stuck at around 250 for quite some time. I've always had a muscular build. So if you guys have done any research on gastric sleeve surgery, any of that stuff, a lot of those stories are, I lost 100 pounds in 3 months. That was not my experience whatsoever. My whole life, it has been really hard to pull weight off of me. My body naturally likes a thicker weight. 120 pounds for me would look sickly. Like sickly. I'm thick. So, you know, so even at 250, I was stalled out for well over 2 months. A true stall is much longer than 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, friends. And so that's when we went on a GLP. Fun fact, because I got this question on the last video. If you had gastric sleeve, what was the need for the GLP? Gastric sleeve patients, bariatric patients tend to do very well on a GLP. So please keep that in mind. It's not uncommon for those two things to be married because we're already used to smaller portions. We're already used to hitting our macros. So I probably started my Buongiorno journey about 2.5 years ago. And we started off small, like you should. The smallest dose, stayed on that for as long as possible. I don't think we upped, and I go through Drip Spa. Drip Spa, Med Spa, code ASHAM will save you some coin. They do ship. So if you're curious or interested, you can DM them down below. I'll put their Insta handle and their website down below. We didn't go up for probably about 8-9 months. We didn't go up in dose. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And so the only reason why we're moving over to Retta is considered a stronger form of a GLP-1. It's a GLP-3. A lot of bodybuilders like Retta. I've just been on the tirzepatide for quite some time now. I think we've used it to its ability. We've wrung it dry, if you will. And it's time to start something new. On the Retta right now, I'm on 1 milligram. How much will everything cost, and does insurance cover anything? Insurance covers nothing. My doctor also, I don't even think takes insurance. So the surgery in whole, getting top surgery. So I'm getting a breast lift and I'm getting more boobies added, implants. And I'm also getting a tummy tuck, no lipo. In total, it's about $25,000 and insurance is covering nothing. Here's some things I'll say about insurance. So if you want insurance to cover anything, my first piece of advice is to document everything. If you're getting rashes, by skin folds and stuff like that, like underneath the breast area, no bueno. But the thing about that, you can document that sort of stuff and it will help your case with insurance. But fun fact, insurance covers literally exactly what it says it covers. So for example, it'll cover a breast lift, but it won't cover additional boobies. So I'll get the lift, but it won't get additional. And also, fun fact, depending on your insurance, they may have to take out more breast tissue with the lift to make the lift worth them paying for. So keep that in mind as well. There's a lot of loopholes with insurance. I found, and let me know down in the comments if you've had a similar experience or a totally different experience, help the people out. But I found with insurance, it's hard for you to get what you want with insurance. You get the bare minimum and that's it. And if I am going under an invasive surgery with quite a long recovery time, I want what I want. You know, I don't want to be confined by the boundaries of insurance. So do with that what you will. And maybe there's some loopholes. May I ask if you have used a GLP-1 in your journey? We talked about that. Debating on trying one, but unsure. I just think if anybody is interested in going down the GLP-1 route, I've talked extensively about this, but I know new people are finding me every day, calling it into existence. The thing about the GLP-1 situation is you want to get to know it. Understand what a GLP-1 is. Don't demonize it or bastardize it. The issue is not the GLP-1 that people have. The issue is with people using the GLP-1. So be smart in how you utilize it and realize that GLP-1 is not a scapegoat. It is not a space for you to kind of just do whatever you want and starve yourself in your bedroom to death. You still have to get active. You still have to get outside. Weight training while on a GLP-1 is the best thing you can do for yourself. You can totally recomp your body on any of these tools, these other tools, gastric sleeve, gastric bypass, GLPs, liposuction, tummy tucks. You can still, none of these are easy fixes. You still need to put the work in. And should you use them for easy fixes, it's going to show in your body. You're not going to have that definition that you're looking for. Most people that walk through my door, whether in person or online, are looking for definition. They're looking for lines. They're looking for toneness. They're looking for sculpting. You get that through weight training and good diet. You don't get that through going to the doctor and getting liposuction. Even those fake abs that they're making now in plastic surgery look fake AF, bro. They don't look real. So when you're exploring any of these options, because it's 2026, it is the age of Aquarius, which is the age of technology. None of this stuff is going away. So I think it's our job as wellness experts to understand these different modalities of helping people construct and contour the body that they want. It's important for us to understand it. And some people in the wellness space, myself included, which I love, are experimenting with it. We're getting behind it. We're figuring it out. There are great people in the wellness community that are getting on GLPs to understand what this is. And I think that's so important, right? Biohacking, to understand why are people attracted to it? What is a client going to experience when they first get on a GLP? How do I help a client understand how to feed themselves the right way when their ghrelin levels are completely skewed, right? This helps us be better coaches. And I think that's really, really important. So yeah, getting off my high horse on that. I just get annoyed as somebody in the fitness space having these conversations with other people in the fitness space, and the conversation is only around how bad these are. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. How do we work with these? And how do we help our clients work with these tools to get the best results that they can and still have a functional, healthy, and safe relationship with food? That's the question at hand here, people. Okay. All right. Is there anything you would change on your weight loss journey? No. I try not to have any regrets. I guess if there's anything I would change, maybe I would do it sooner. But even then, I'm not sure I would change it because I've gotten so much life experience, right? Which has helped me develop a level of wisdom that I don't know that I could carry or hold in my 20s. I was a savage in my 20s. You know, we had a lot of fun, but I was a savage. Like, I think every life experience I've had, you know, my going to college for conservation biology, working with the USDA, going to Ecuador, meeting my partner, getting my master's, starting my online business, really becoming a professional tarot reader and astrologer, getting up to 320 pounds, realizing there was an issue. I think everything happened for a reason. And so I'm here at 36 in this bodybuilding space, in this body that I've built, pun intended, being able to help in the way that I am. Again, I don't think I'd be able to hold this frequency had this happened in any other way. Even though it would be nice to kind of have all these come to Jesus moments in my early 20s, so that I could have more time, you know, because also at 36, this is a whole nother episode, I'm thinking about children and do I want them? And I'm not sure if I want them. And I'm 4 years, technically 3.5 years to 40. And what does that look like? So that's a whole nother set of spaces that I'm crossing, borders that I'm crossing. You know, so there's that, but it is what it is. And I'm here now. And you found me exactly when you were supposed to. What differences do you feel the most from losing weight? I.e., more energy. Oh my God. Everything is different. Everything is different. I have so much more energy. I care so much more about the food I put in my body. My stomach doesn't hurt all the time from eating junk. I'm not groggy all the time with mind fog from eating junk. I have so much more confidence, and girl, my confidence was high before. She's unstoppable now. Unstoppable. I can do anything. I don't second guess or hesitate. You know, like, and when I say that, babe, I mean like sitting in a chair. Like, oh my God, I could cry. We're not crying this morning. We already did that. But literally, like, when I was heavy, I would hesitate to sit in a chair, babe. No lie. I would think, like, can this chair hold me before I sit down? And I would sit in it gently and like softly. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. I would sit in it gently and softly. I don't hesitate to do that now. You know, I don't hesitate when like I get asked to do things that require weight limits. Like, do I need to check the weight limit? That was my life. I don't pussyfoot around my weight anymore, you know, which has unlocked a level of freedom I am beyond grateful for. Beyond grateful for. Oh my God, everything's different. My sex life is better, and my sex life was great before. We can do more things. Clothing. Love clothing. I used to hate trying things on. I mean, the putting things on and putting things off is still annoying, but I just love expressing myself through clothing now. And I love shopping, which is fun. So many things have changed. I'm so grateful, so grateful. I also just prioritize more. I'm better at saying no. Like, that's not going to work for me. I got to get my workout in. Like, I'm better at that. Do I have any health or fitness advice for individuals with PCOS? I think my biggest piece of advice is that you can do it too. I know people that have lost a crap load of weight with PCOS. I know people that have lost a crap load of weight with like more barriers and boundaries to success than myself. And I often look at these people in general, like when I get down on myself, I look at people that have had a harder go of things than me. And that reminds me, like, I can do this too. And so when it comes to PCOS, and I am not the poster child for PCOS, I do not have PCOS. I have worked with people with PCOS. One of the biggest things about PCOS is it's really, really hard to lose weight, let alone the irregular periods. And so I will say, learn everything you can about PCOS and look at case studies of people that have pulled off weight with PCOS and how they've done it, and work with a coach. Work with a coach. You should not have to raw dog this on your own. Work with a coach. If it's not me, somebody else. Okay? What was the hardest part of your weight loss journey when you first started? The hardest part of my weight loss journey when I first started was probably oh my God, there's been so many hard parts. It's all so hard. I'd probably say sticking to it. Like, girl, I got to 320 pounds for a reason. Mama likes to eat. I love food. I love all kinds of food. I was talking about this with a client the other day. I am such a good eater. I will eat my Brussels sprouts and I will also eat Hawaiian pizza. Yes, I love Hawaiian pizza. So does my husband. Like, I will eat the asparagus and I will also go to the Chinese buffet and fuck it up. Like, I will eat my berries and I will also eat Ben and Jerry's. Like, I am such a good eater. So, I think sticking to it and getting out of the cycle of the fact, like, okay, I ate Ben and Jerry's. Here comes my cat galloping in here. Come here, Lyra. Come say hi to the people. I'm waiting for her to get into frame. Here she is. Hi, Mama. Hi. I think, sticking to it and not getting into the cycle of, okay, I ate Ben and Jerry's. Now let's go on the stair stepper for 45 minutes extra because I ate Ben and Jerry's. Because, babe, that cycle is so toxic and it's exhausting because you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. So now, instead of your already scheduled 45-minute cardio that is on the docket for the next day, now you have 90 minutes of cardio, which wrecks your body for the next day. It is so, so bad. So letting go of that way of thinking and realizing that that doesn't help, and getting sick and tired of being sick and tired, and getting sick and tired of your own mess, and also just like wanting to stop the starting over is going to be so beneficial, because you realize you have a crazy leg day and then like you screw it up with something that you ate. You're essentially reverse engineering the clock of everything you did the day before. And it becomes this negative feedback loop of self-hatred and self-doubt and all of that, right? And like that, these are cycles that take forever to get out of. These are loops that take forever to get out of. That's why I always say it's a mind, body, soul thing. And we need so much more than just a macro count and a step goal to work on this. It is a spiritual thing, which is what I work with my clients on a regular basis. This is a spiritual thing, right? And this is something I'm working on avidly. So yeah, the mental, spiritual, emotional part of this has probably been the hardest. The body will follow. ¿Cuándo quieres tener bebé? When do you want to have a baby? I have no clue. To be quite honest, a baby is not on the forefront of my mind right now, which is why I decided to move forward with the surgery, because I thought about it. Like, can I see myself having a child in 3 to 5 years? No. That's the answer right now. No. Can I see myself having a child? Sure. But there isn't this like yearning, like I need to push a baby out. Like, that's not me. And that's okay. So we'll take things as they come, but I'm also, again, not getting any younger, and I had to weigh the pros and cons of having a surgery like this in my 40s. Can I? Sure. Have people? Yeah. Have they healed just fine? Sure. But I want to get the most out of it now, while I'm still in my 30s, So, oh my God, guys, my coach just sent me a voice note. You're getting the tea, so editing Ash does not have to come in. Your neck looks good after weight loss. What's your secret? Because girl, my neck is stressing me out. Genetics. Remember guys, a lot of this stuff is genetics. You can't spot reduce fat. You can't spot reduce fat. People also mention my arms. I never had big arms. You look at photos of me when I was 320 pounds, the weight wasn't in my arms. It wasn't in my arms. Genetics play a huge role in this whole thing. Where you lose fat, when you lose fat, how much you lose, genetics play a huge role. It doesn't mean you can't. It just means it's different for you. So that's my answer. Genetics, babe. When is the date of the tummy tuck? Can't wait. I will tell you, it's soon. Like less than 2 months soon. Is it motivation or devotion? Both. I owe myself this. I owe the childhood version of me this. I owe the girl that got picked on and picked last this. I owe myself this. No question, just a reminder that you are awesome. You are awesome. I would not be here doing this right now without you guys. So thank you. Somebody says, love Dr. Graham, my go-to for all injections and lasers. He really is great, and he's a silver fox. I urge you guys to check him out. And, you know, if you're looking for a surgeon, come to Rochester. It's a quaint city. It doesn't have all the hubbub. One of my things when I was looking at doctors in other spaces, like big hubs like Texas or Miami or even out of country, it's just so saturated, it gives you a cause for pause. That's the cancer rising in me being a little cautious. Like, you know, it's burn and churn, in and out, you know. I do love that my city is smaller, and so there's a deeper level of care. Not to say that there's not in these other cities, but just to say it doesn't feel so burn and churn when it comes to plastic surgery. And Dr. Graham is one of the best plastic surgeons in Rochester. How many days a week do you work out and for how long? So my lift, I do 3 leg days a week, 2 upper days a week, upper, back and shoulders, no chest for the wellness bodybuilding division. That's what it's called for. My cardio protocol is 5 days a week in steady state zone 2. So my heart rate's around 120 to 140. Anything after that is extra. I try to get in 1 to 2 power yoga sessions a week, 1 to 2 Pilates sessions a week, or a mixture of. So that's not 4. That's like maybe 1 yoga, 1 Pilates, maybe 2 Pilates, 1 yoga. It really depends on what's happening that week. But when it comes to yoga, I prefer heated power yoga. And when it comes to Pilates, I prefer reformer Pilates. You are amazing. Keep it up. You deserve the best. You deserve the best, babe. We are mirrors and reflections of one another. What specific questions did you ask regarding surgery? I'll link that video below where you get to see me interview my surgeon. How does your hubby feel about your upcoming procedure? Hubby, his Scorpio ass, has had quite the dark night of the soul with all this, right? His wife has been changing a lot. He met his wife and fell in love with his wife at 320 pounds. So a lot of things are changing. We're gonna see how he navigates this other side of surgery after I'm healed and all that. You know, he's going through it, but I think he needs to realize that this is for me and this is a journey I've been on. So get with the program. You know, there's that. Do you have to stop GLP before surgery? Yes, you do. Every surgeon is different. My surgeon requires 1 week before surgery. At this point, this could change. I'm getting 400 cc's for my boobs. I'll show you guys the pictures now. That feels good to me. I might change it. If I do, I'm gonna change it to go smaller. I don't want to go any bigger than 400. I do like the size of my boobs now. I like being able to fit into the itty bitty titty bras. I just want them to be up a bit more, obviously, and a bit more voluminous. But I still want that natural look. Did I experience hair loss? I do feel like I've experienced a little bit of hair loss. It's hard to tell though, because with dreadlocks, you can also experience hair loss, especially dreadlocks that are as mature as mine are. They're 14, 15 years old, but I haven't experienced balding. So I haven't experienced like bald spots or anything like that. If anything, I just feel like maybe a bit of hair receding right here, just past my widow's peak, but nothing too crazy. To combat that, I've just been taking my vitamins, like nothing too crazy. Almond oil on my hair. I keep a lot of product out of my hair. I go the natural route. Where do I get my peptides from? I'm on CJC right now, and my peptides are also from Drip Spa, which you can see their stuff down below. So what peptides are you using and how do they help? CJC, it helps with muscle recovery, sleep, the whole shebang, muscle retention. Remember, peptides specifically, and GLPs are also considered a peptide, just so you know. GLP-1s, okay, and peptides, I should say, are like the cherry on top. So you can't take a peptide and then order from the Chinese buffet. That's not how it works. You know, you take your peptide and then, sorry, my coach is still messaging me, so I'm thinking about it. You take your peptide, but everything else needs to be in order. Okay, everything else needs to be in order for your peptide to do its job. So keep that in mind. How long do you expect to stay on the GLP-1? I don't know. I'm still really figuring that out. In order to get off the GLP-1, you want to wean yourself off. So let's say your shot days once a week. Maybe it goes into once every 10 days, once every 14 days, and so on and so forth. To be determined. You guys will be there with me for that. But I definitely don't plan on being on it for the rest of my life. What company do I use? Drip Spa. What's the biggest gift you have discovered using GLP-1s? What's the biggest gift you have discovered in using GLP-1s? The quieting of the food noise. The biggest gift ever. Like, you don't realize how much the food noise is really a chronic thing until it's silenced. And that has been a massive, massive gift, which is one of the reasons why obesity is a disease, and it's considered a disease. How to deal with the effects of constipation. Seed, the probiotic I mentioned. Get on a probiotic, a good gut protocol. That's really going to help with that. And drink your water. Drink a crap load of water. A lot of how long have you been on GLPs? Already covered that. How long did it take you to get to your goal? I'm still getting there. How does a person phase over into microdosing and not stopping it completely? That is a question for Drip Spa. I am not a medical advisor. Reach out to them. They'll help you figure that out. No question. I lost 115 pounds and know how much hard work it was. So good job. Keep grinding. It is a lot of hard work. That's what people don't realize. Like surgeries, GLPs, these are not an easy fix. And I could really use your help in educating the masses on that, friends. This is not some easy fix. This is not a cheat. This is hard. Don't you think if people could do this the natural way, they would? Instead, they have to resort to shooting themselves up with a medicine once a week and remember to do it. And then on top of that, remember to eat once they do it. This is not hard. This is not easy. Okay, friends, we got through the questions. Okay, so hopefully that helped. If I didn't answer any of your questions, you can comment them down below. Okay, friends, that is going to conclude saying farewell to my FUPA installment number. Oh, yeah. Let's see what my coach had to say. We'll listen to it now and see what happens.
So, I'm going to be honest with you. What I need you to do is stop stressing about this. And I think I've told you this a few times. So just stop, okay? And stop stressing about what is happening. You have to remember that you decided to schedule your surgery at this time, okay? So you can't force your body to do something that it needs time to do. So what we need to do is accept where we're at and realize that the more we stress about this, the worse it's going to be. So I need you to just let it go, all right? Whatever progress you make in the next 5-6 weeks is the progress that you're going to make. When all you can do is just keep showing up. You will, but right now you need to give your body some time. You really do.
She's a Leo. She says it may be that you're doing more and causing your body to become more inflamed, and that's why weight is staying the same. So stop overdoing activity right now and just do what's on your plan. Stress will create issues you don't want. It's all about body composition, not your weight. And you're overemphasizing this weight on the scale when you should be emphasizing your overall body composition. So think more about how you feel in your clothes, how you feel day to day, and stuff outside of the number on the scale. I'm honestly confident that you can pull down more, but you've got to just allow your body to do what it's going to do. Everything is going in the right direction right now. Release the pressure. Boy, doesn't that sound like my tarot reading. Release the pressure. Okay. Okay, friends, we're going to release the pressure. We're going to release the pressure. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. My amethyst matches my pajamas. My pajamas cute. Buff Bunny. Code ASHM saves you 10%. We got this, fam. We got this. Okay, babe, that's gonna conclude it for this installment of Saying Farewell to My Fupa. I'm going to go downstairs and make some brekkie. I know you guys really want to see food. The next installment will be a full day of eating. I promise, 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 promise. And I will see you in the next one. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I love you so much. Remember, you truly are limitless, but only if you believe it. Bye.